Hey guys, it's me Golden6 here and welcome back to another video, and I am wearing my glasses because this is a theory video, and welcome to the Fnaf storyline explained again. Like, this is what I think is happening in the Fnaf storyline because clearly MatPat got it correct, but we don't know because Ultimate Custom Night kind of changed everything a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna have to explain that. Also, Golden Freddy's real name is never revealed, but we will find out soon enough. But anyways, we're gonna start this thing off now. So there are theories going around for Ultimate Custom Night and where exactly it takes place, and because this might actually be canon in the FNAF storyline because it takes place after FNAF 6, like way after, and there's a theory that Ultimate Custom Night is William Afton's purgatory. It's his purgatory. And I agree with that theory because there's no way all the animatronics somehow put them back together and then came into life again. Like, there's no way they did that. So it has to be a purgatory. So it is a purgatory. I agree with the theory. But then there's another theory going around saying like Golden Freddy created this purgatory because he wanted revenge still because William Afton killed him on his birthday. And I also agree with that because like Golden Freddy is the animatronic in the last scene and he's just like spazzing out. Like, I don't know what's happening to him. But there's also another theory going around saying like Golden Freddy created this purgatory to get his revenge. The Nightmares agreed, like all the others. And then he visited Old Man Consequence, and the Old Man Consequence told him to leave the demon to his demons, and then Golden Freddy accepts, and then he leaves, and then supposedly he goes to heaven and dies. Well, it doesn't die, but like dies and goes to heaven there. Why can I say that? Because Golden Freddy was hidden in FNAF 6. I don't know. But anyways, let's get on to the storyline now. So technically, you all know where it began. Puppet dies at Fredbear's. And yeah, it's that. And then now we're moving on to 1983, Five Nights at Freddy's 4. The actual beginning of the storyline. This is where it all begins, technically, because there's a little boy. And I know I made a theory that Michael Afton was actually the little boy of the little kid, crying child in FNAF 4. I might have got that theory wrong because there's actually there's proof that he's not the kid, because like people are saying like, why would he have an image in the book then, like, of Nightmare Fredbear? He doesn't know what he looks like if he was the kid. Well, here's my thing. What if before the birthday party, because it says 0 days before the birthday party, like the kid's literally laying on the ground, so his friends couldn't have grabbed the mask and then automatically just go there, like. What if he told him about this? What if he told him about Nightmare Fredbear? Like, and then after he died, he decided to write the journal and write what his brother told him about. And there's also another theory that Michael ain't the kid, because if he was the kid and the kid got bit and supposedly died, how was Michael? I know I said like they could have healed him at the end before he died. Could be true. But if Michael was still alive, he would have been his kid still. Because he's when he's the brother, he's like in his 18s, and then the little boy's literally in like he's like 9 or 10. So there's no way Michael would be a kid and go into this location. So yes, FNAF 4 begins, and I know we said that the Nightmare animatronics are dreams, but I don't agree with that because there's proof. In Ultimate Custom Night, William would have not known what the Nightmare animatronics were because the boy. The crying child would not have told him because he was probably scared of his father. And we all know that Midnight Motorist takes place after the puppet's murder, like William Afton's first murder. And yeah, the kid would have not told William because William was working a lot, / killing children, and stuffing them in suits and all that bullcrap. So the kid wouldn't have told William. So William must have built the animatronics to teach his son a lesson. And what was that lesson? To never, ever leave the house. Because remember what William Afton said at the end of Midnight Motorist? He will be sorry when he comes back. He said he ran off to that place again. He'll be sorry when he comes back. And where is that place? Fredbear's Family Diner. So that's technically FNAF 4. So FNAF 6, like half of it, the prequel of Puppet getting murdered, is the beginning. Well, not really the beginning of the story, but like the beginning of an origin. And then FNAF 4 technically begins the FNAF story because the kid leaves, goes to Freddy Fazbear. I mean, not Freddy Fazbear's. Fredbear's Family Diner. William builds the animatronics and tries to teach his kid a lesson. The kid survives all 5 nights. William shuts them off. Then go to his birthday party. Michael kills him and then draws Nightmare Fredbear since the kid told him of what he looked like before he was supposedly bullied and killed by his own brother and his friends. So yeah, now we're moving on 2 years after FNAF 4, 1985 with Sister Location. Everyone should know that this is a sequel to FNAF 4 because there's so much proof. Because in the fake ending slash the custom night slash whatever, the fake ending, not a custom night, why did I say that? The fake night, you will see cameras of FNAF 4, and you would have seen the kid running if he was still alive, but he's not, so he's technically dead, so this location takes place after FNAF 4. And Michael, supposedly his sister died, and supposedly his sister was killed, and that is true, she was killed because she was taken by baby. But here's the thing, people are saying that the sister died before FNAF, before the brother. And people are saying like, oh, Sister Location is the beginning because the sister died by the baby before the brother did by Fredbear. But then here's the thing: if you actually learned health education, the human body can survive 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks without water or food. So the girl would have still been alive because she can survive 2 weeks without food or water. And the brother died a couple days after, then the girl finally died. Because there's no way, because she said she was screaming and yelling inside of baby. So so she still was alive. And then she died 2 weeks after the brother died, after the crying child died. So Michael has to save her from this evil tormented body of hers called Circus Baby. And then we realized that Circus Baby was never actually alive and moving. It was actually Ennard doing all the work. Ennard tricked us. And, well, she didn't trick us. We actually sacrificed ourselves to save her. And then we get scooped. We saved her. She takes over our body until we puke him out a couple days later. And she's not part of... I don't think she's part of our body no more. But there is still pieces of Ennard inside of Michael. That's why he still walks in the trailer. I mean, not in the trailer. In the freaking game at the end. That's why he comes back to life. And then she says, you won't die, you won't die, you won't die. So that means that Michael will never die. That wouldn't make sense. Now we're moving on to our next game, which is supposedly takes place 2 years, again, after this, 1987, with Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So actually, before Sister Location, there's a Freddy Fazbear's location, a Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria location. Before Sister Location, after FNAF 4, before Sister Location, like 1984, a Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was opened, and then it was shut down due to the children murders, and that's where Puppet came in after FNAF 4 and before Sister Location. Puppet's a she, since Puppet's a she, resurrects them, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. And then the middle one comes, Golden Freddy. And who's Golden Freddy? The kid in FNAF 4. So much proof. So the timeline right now is the 70s, where Puppet died and became, well, Puppet. So it's probably in the 80s or 70s. I don't know which one it is yet. But it wouldn't have took Will like only a couple years just to make the animatronic. So I'm guessing in the 70s. So the story, the origin of Puppet began in the 70s. But we're not talking about the origins no more. So the beginning of the story starts in 1983 with Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Continues with Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and the Children Murders in 1984. And then Sister Location in 1985. So technically, that's where the storyline doesn't end yet. There's like a lot more to go. So then we go on 2 years into 1987 of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. the Wither animatronics are the old models from the old Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. And then we get the toy animatronics, the most forgettable animatronics in the whole world. And technically, there's prequel to it, and it's pretty good. So yeah. Now we're moving on to FNAF 1, to take place in the 90s. So technically, like, we move forward, like way forward. And then supposedly Freddy and the gang come to life. They try to kill William / we don't know if it's actually Michael or not, but I'm agreeing that it is Michael because he's trying to save everyone. So yeah, I think Michael's the security guard in mostly all the games except for FNAF 4. And then we move on 30 years after FNAF 2, and I'm trying to do the math here. I don't know. I'll have to guess later, but in a couple years after FNAF 1 came FNAF 3. William dies, becomes Springtrap, and then Michael, supposedly, William has freaking insta-hearing powers because he hears Michael talking and saying, like, "Father, I did it. I found her. They didn't recognize me at first. And then they thought I looked like you." So they know that Michael looked like William. So William and Michael look identical, and they thought he was William, but they were wrong. It was Michael. And William comes back to life. And here is the problem. People are saying, like, FNAF 6 takes place a year or 2 years after FNAF 3. But no. Here's my thing. If FNAF 6 literally made Springtrap miss an ear, like his whole ear, besides half his whole ear, miss his arm, like, got his arm cut off or something, and somehow think it's, like, 2 years after, and make him more decayed, I'm guessing, since it's FNAF 6 years after FNAF 3, because mostly animatronics start to decay, like their parts will fall off after, like, they're forgotten for years and years, probably. So 6 years, William was forgotten, and then the player in FNAF 6 is Michael, and we found Baby / Elizabeth, Molten Freddy / don't know / Gabriel, probably, and then we have William, Scrap Trap or Springtrap, I don't care what you call him. But yes, so, and you're probably wondering why these 3 were picked, and there's also Lefty. So there's probably why these 4 were picked. Lefty, because technically it's the puppet's inside Lefty. Why Scrap Baby? Because it's Elizabeth. William, Springtrap. But why Molten Freddy? Well, if you actually look at it carefully, Freddy is the newer model of Fredbear. So Michael's brother died by a Freddy / a Fredbear. So that's why Molten Freddy is also that's why Molten Freddy, because he's a Freddy Fazbear. He's a old Freddy Fazbear. Because Freddy Fazbear, Baby, Springtrap, and the puppet, or Fredbear or Freddy Fazbear, are important to the story. Because Fredbear bit the child, and then the child became Golden Freddy. Baby killed the sister, became Baby. And then Springtrap, William died, became Springtrap. Puppet was murdered, became Puppet. And yeah, those are why those 4 are important to this story. And then they all burn alive. Michael dies with them, and then Henry is safe. He's safe because he doesn't appear. But then we got Ultimate Customer Night. And like I said in the beginning of this video, it's a purgatory for William. And Golden Freddy supposedly trapped him because he's still mad because he was hidden and he did not die in FNAF 3. So he's still alive in FNAF 6. And then he decides to make this little purgatory for Will just to get his revenge for killing him on his birthday. And there's so many things to make reference to that. Nightmare Freddy's line, "I was remade not by you, by the one you should not have killed." Probably Puppet or Golden Freddy. Probably Golden Freddy, because Golden Freddy is he's kind of the most important in the end of the story. And then we have Nightmare saying, "This is a nightmare you can't awake from." And then we have others. And yeah, so that's... And then William finally dies and goes to hell after Golden Freddy taught all that consequence. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. This was my whole theory. I have to record for only 50 minutes, so I'll see you guys in the next video. What do you think of my theory? Comment down below what you think of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.